Hello, Obutala. Janaki, then shall we present group number 5? Today we have 50 students almost. Another Buddha. Sharing options. Uh, all participants, all participants. Okay, you can share the screen and present. For all the students, so IM is going to present chapter 5. It's a very important chapter. Chapter 5 contains lot of things. Hello, Utala Hinwada. Ramaya Hinwada.
Yes.
Oh, පුතා share කරන්නකෝ ඉස්සෙල්ලා screen එක slowly so you share the PowerPoint first on the screen. Hmm. පුතා ඉන්නේ computer එකෙන්ද other smart device එකකින්ද කොහොමද? How are you going to present? Or even one can display the slide, another can explain it. Either way is okay if you have limited facilities. පුතා මට group number 5 email එක ආපහු resend කරන්න. Can you send me the group number 5 presentation? Yeah, I have group 5. Group 5. So group 5 is about, this is these are the group members. So 8 is here. So this contains several projects, sorry, several topics. Okay. Introduction to environmental management and green technology. Overview of environmental sustainability. Environment issues related to manufacturing industry. Impacts of the manufacturing industry on the environment. Introduction to cleaner production and the cleaner production concept. Okay. So introduction to environmental management and green technology. Environmental management is a purposeful activity with the goal to maintain and improve the state of an environmental resource affected by human activity. To maintain and improve the state of an environmental resource. Maintain and improve. Huh? Yeah. So we will see anyway, this makes sense. Okay. Yeah, B132, IM17. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, the presentation. Okay, go ahead. So they are going to present.
So can I start?
Of course, please start.
Good afternoon to our lecturer and all of our fellow friends. Today we here to present about environmental management and cleaner production presentation. Before we proceed our presentation, let me introduce about our group. We are group number 5. There are 8 members in our group. I'm Sandharwani. Now I move to next slide. This is content of our presentation. We have divided our talk into 5 sections. And now I move to next slide. First topic is Introduction to Environmental Management and Green Technology. Now I move to next slide. I will explain what is environmental management. In a general sense, you could say that environmental management is the management of human impacts on the environment. However, it is difficult to package environmental management up with a simple definition, as a practice operates on many scales and is both multifaceted and multidisciplinary. Nevertheless, I will give it my best shot in explain. Humans have, for the first time, become the primary agents altering the conditions in our planet. We have done this by finding a way to tap into the energy supplies buried deep in our earth. Fossil fuels burn, providing energy for us to obtain resources and power for our modern day businesses. To put this simply, environmental management comes down to how businesses use this energy and how we make its use sustainable. Environmental management is concerned with understanding the structure and the functioning of the earth and how humans fit in. Being multifaceted, environmental management is about predicting future environmental changes, maximizing human benefit whilst minimizing environmental degradation. Now I move to next slide. Characteristic of environmental management. It deals with the word affected by the human. And second one, it supports sustainable development. Sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. And third one, it demands a multidisciplinary approach. That approaches will be discussed in upcoming slides. Fourth one is it has to integrate different developmental points of view. Fifth one is applied for both short-term and long-term concern. Another one, integration of natural and social science. And last one, integration of policy making and planning. Thus, environmental management is a field of study dedicated to understanding human environmental integration and the application of science and common sense to solving problems. Now I move to next slide. Significance of environmental management. Environmental management promotes physical, social, and economic environment of enterprise or project. It encourages planned investment at the start of the production chain rather than forced investment in cleaning up at the end. Significance is of environmental management. First one is to prevent and solve environmental problems. Another one, to develop research and monitoring, warn threats and identify opportunities, suggest measures to resources conservation for long-term and or short-term sustainable developments, and develop a strategy to solve the environmental issues. Now I move to next slide. This is general scheme for environmental management. First step is identification of objectives and define problems. And second step is determination of appropriate action plan. And step 3, implementation and progress evaluation. And step 4, monitoring and adjust management. Step 5, future environmental management and planning. And now I hand over to Taruka to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Good.
Approaches of environment management. There are 3 approaches of environment management. First one is spatial approach. Second one is ecological approach. Third one is environment management system approach. Move to next slide. Spatial approach. Spatial approach considers the management of environment at 3 levels: local level, regional level, and global level. At global level, the spatial dimension and management strategies may be chalked out on the basis of needs, aspiration, perception, priorities, and inhibitions of the individuals, society, and government. Move to next slide. Ecological approach. Ecological approach considers the management of ecological resources to save the environment,
till then you can understand this slide. තරු කාලට ටිකක් සිග්නල් ඉෂුව එකක් තියෙනවද? ගෲප් එක බලලා එක රිසෝල්ව් කරන්නකෝ.
Yes, sir.
It's okay, we can be patient, don't worry.
Ecological approach considers the management of ecological resources to have the environment. It has two methods to manage ecology. Conservation, to utilize the natural environment for social needs, but the simulate effort to maintain the ecological balance. Preservation, to save some specific or natural environment from social utilization in order to protect them. Next slide. Environmental management system. EnvMgt has been defined by ISO 14001 as the part of the overall management system that includes organizational structure, planning activities, responsibilities, practices, procedures, processes, and resources for developing, implementing, achieving, and reviewing environmental policies. Element of EMS, it has four elements such as act, plan, do, check. Plan, environmental policies, objectives, and targets, legal registers, significant aspects and impacts. Act, management review, implement corrective action and the improvement. Do, procedures, documents, control, training and communication. Checking, internal monitoring and auditing report the results. Next slide. A framework of environmental management systems. ISO 14001 standard, Code of Environmental Management Principles, compliance focus EMS, eco-management and audit schemes. ISO 14001. ISO 14001 is a family of standards related to environmental management that exist to help organizations minimize how their operations negatively affect the environment, comply with applicable laws, regulations, and other environmentally oriented requirements and continually improve in the above. Components of ISO 14001. Environmental policy, planning, implementation and operations, checking and corrective actions, management review. Next slide. Environmental policy. An environmental policy is a statement about an organization's environmental position and values. Issue a policy statement signed by facility manager. At a minimum, continue to implement pollution prevention, environmental compliance, identifies EMS framework, publicly available. Next slide. Planning. Identify aspects and impact from facility activities, products and services. Review legal requirements. Set objectives and targets. Establish formal EMS programs. Next slide. Implementation and operations. Define roles and responsibilities. Provide EMS training. Establish internal and external communication mechanisms. Establish document control systems. Establish operational controls and integrate with or establish emergency preparedness procedures. Next slide. Checking and corrective actions. Conduct periodic monitoring of environmental performance. Identify root causes of finding and conduct corrective and preventive actions. Maintain environmental records. Conduct periodic EMS audits. Management review. Conduct periodic senior management review of EMS. Revise policies as needed. Now I hand over to Kavindu to continue the presentation.
Next slide. Green technology. What is green technology? It is a technology which is environmentally friendly, developed and used in such a way so that it doesn't disturb our environment and conserves natural resources. Green technology is a systems that use innovative methods to create an environmental friendly product. It uses renewable natural resources that never depletes, so future generation can also benefit from it. It can effectively change waste pattern and production in a way that it won't harm the planet. Go next slide. Goals of green technology. There are 5 goals: reduce, recycle, refuse, renew, responsibility. Next slide. Reduce. Reduce simple means living more carefully so that you have less rubbish to get rid of. Avoiding waste is the preferable options of waste management. Recycling. Uh, Recycling we can from glass, plastic, metal and paper objects and convert from into useful substance. For examples, We can recycle uh, to make new paper, renewing energy, wind power, water power, solar energy, biofuel, um, wastewater, refuse. Next slide. Next slide.
Hello, I'm continuing my slide. Hello, type of green technology, green energy, green building, and green purchasing, green technology, and my slide. Hello.
Yeah, but again, good.
Green energy, reason for the need of energy, green energy in nature resource uses in the energy generation process is the decline and increasing pollution caused by the renewable sources. And my next slide. Can you change to the next slide? Oh, green building. Hydrances, higher cost of setting up the project, emerging technologies so risk involved and doesn't cater to the promoters' short-term interest of profile making, green building advantages, reduce cost of operation in the long term. Consumer now more advantages of green building. And my next slide is green purchasing. Hello. Green purchasing products, product dimensions, including providing and using energy engineering with market drive trend for green product attributes such as energy saving, organic clothing, low voltage, organic compounds, green chemical extract, and green selection, and use resource rescue in saving from less waste, less chemical, and less processing power. And it is green purchasing things. And next slide is green chemistry, design of process to maximize the amount of raw material that end up in the products. First one of the green chemistry, and use of safe environment beginning substance including possible and so on, and design of energy efficiency processes, and it is the third one, and best form of waste disposal not to create in the it first place is the final one of the green chemistry. Next slide is green nanotechnology is the newest technology. Green nanotechnology refer to the use nanotechnology to enhance the environmental sustainability of process currently producing negative externalities and aims to minimize protective environmental and human health risks associated with the manufacture and use of nanotechnology products, and it encourage replacement of existing product with new nanotech product and that are more environmentally friendly, though their life circle is the green technology matters. And I invite you copy to continue presentation. Thank you. Hello. Hello. Sorry, sir. Coffee have some connection problem, so I continue the next slide.
Okay,
And
Bhutan.
slide says the advantages of green technology. Its plus one is it does not emit any harmful for the environment. It is not harmful for the environment and life, and it has become popular as consumers of the technology are becoming more environment conscious. Really, this will give benefit to investors and long run in certain areas like rural and urban areas. It requires less cost for maintain this reduce operating cost, and hence overall cost on the long term run. It is short term run must cost, but overall long term it's many for the long term. And next one is as it uses never natural resources, and hence we will never run out of virtual resources such as water and electricity. Last one is it will slow down effects of global warming due to reduction in carbon dioxide emissions. Next slide is hello. Next slide is disadvantages of green technology. First one is initial investment or implementation cost is very high, but second one, people is still not familiar with the technology, and hence will take time to adopt it for large population. Next one is the technology is still evolving, and many of products are at R&D storage stage, and hence people are unaware of performance results, and lack of skill of humans resources are available to install or implement the green technology-based product or systems is the basic thing in the technology purpose. And last one is, in most of countries, policies have not been finalized for the green technology-based systems, such as Sri Lanka and a lot of European countries, underdeveloping countries. Next slide is overview of environment sustainability. Environmental sustainability. Environmental sustainability connected with whether environment resources will protect and maintain for the future generation. Environment sustainability. It is 5 objectives: shift renewable resources, protect health and ecosystem, avoid excess pollution, and target welfare to GDP, intergeneration decisions are that thing. Next one is 6 K factor for achieve sustainable manufacturing. First one is optimize current use of fossil fuels. Second one is eliminate waste. Third one is reduce or eliminate pollution and recycle and recover energy. Don't turn into hate and save time. It is a very efficiency thing. So I will hand over my presentation. Thank you.
Hello. Hello, Amy. Hello.
Ovita, go ahead.
Environment issues related to manufacturing industry. We know that climate change and that we face today is a big problem. So the human and animal environmental issues are issues related to the manufacturing industry. The impact on living environment, habits, land uses, and natural resources. Next slide. Following. Hello. The following list shows some of the main environment issues by major. Activities in nature conservation areas, activities in quick areas, activities in water extraction and groundwater protection areas, annual environmental reports, applying an all-in-one permit for physical accept, building materials, soil and regime, soil and chemicals. Next. Environmental impact assessment, environmental regulation regarding use of solvent, noise regulation, noise standard in zoned industrial estate, Provincial Environmental Act, rules on contribution plant, work in hazardous substances. Next slide. The impact of manufacturing industry on the environment. We know some major factories are also a major contribution factor to water pollution across the global. So the gases, chemicals, heavy or radiation materials into major waterways causes damage, also marine site and environment as a whole. So some of impact manufacturing industry on the environment. Example of air emission, wastewater, land pollution, marine and coastal pollution, hazardous materials, solid waste, pesticides and pest control products, harmful dust, radiation, also noise. Next, the introduction to cleaner production and cleaner production concept. It's introduced United Nations Environment Program. Their definition of the continuous application of integrated preventive environmental strategy applied to process to product and services to increase overall efficiency and reduce risks human and the environment. The strategies for mainly uh, continuous preventive uh, final output of risk reduction. It's mainly gauge humans and environment. Next, I hand over Ahmad to continue presentation.
Good. Yes. Next slide is cleaner production practices. First one is good housekeeping. It takes appropriate managerial and operational action to prevent the leaks and spills and to enforce existing operational instruction. Next one is input substitution. Substitute input material by less toxic or renewable material or adjunct material which have a longer service lifetime in production. Next one is better process control. Modify the operational procedures and the process and the equipment introduction. We can introduce new and efficiency materials equipments to increase our efficiency, and process record keeping in order to run the process are more efficiently and at lower waste and emission generation rates. Fourth one is equipment modification. Modify the existing production system and the equipments and the utilities in order to run the process at the high efficiency and lower wastage and emission generation rates. Fifth one is technology change. The replacement of the technology by adapting new technologies and processing sequence uh, and this synthesis pathway. In order to minimize the waste and emission generation during the production. On-site recovery or reuse. Reuse the wasted materials at the process for another useful application within the company, and production of a useful byproduct. Consider the transforming waste into a useful product by to be sold as an input for companies in different business sectors. Eighth one is product modification. Modify the product characteristic in order to minimize the environmental impacts of products during the after it use, to minimize the environmental impacts of its production. Benefits of cleaner production: increase the economical benefits, increase the productivity, gain the competitive advantage, and continuous environmental improvements and improving environmental situation. Next, barriers of cleaner production. It can divide it into the two types: internal barriers and external barriers. Internal barriers are lack of information and expertise of cleaner production, lower environmental awareness, competing business priorities, in particular the pressure for short-term profit, financial obstacles, lack of communication within the firms, middle management interior, and labor force obstacle. External entities are barriers are difficulty in accessing the cleaner technologies, difficulty in accessing the external finance, the failure of existing regulatory approach. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhutala. Thank you very much. So, this presentation tells that how deep and how vast this environmental management and cleaner production field is. It is so vast and it has a wider scope and it involves science, technologies, operations, management, and everything. So this is just an example. This presentation is just an example of this. Even the management systems, EMS and all. And this one is a good presentation, Kuta. Almost everything is there, but I know that this EMS systems and all environmental management systems, understanding this, you need some little industrial exposure to know about the ISO 14001 and all, and also the environmental policies, how the companies are going with the environmental policies, what kind of policies. Maybe I will look for some environmental policies to share with you. And also there are EMS manuals with the companies. And this environmental management and cleaner production is one of the key aspects, is one of the key areas in organizations. And in future, even now, EMS management is a top caliber positions in organizations. And also environmental management and cleaner production helps for innovations to uplift the company's images and also really to contribute for the socio-economic environmental betterments. So I believe that in future, when you are going for the employments or even self-employments, this knowledge is definitely a great strength. Definitely a great strength. Because this can be a major portion of your knowledge of your working interest. This could be a major portion. And even though, let's say, if you are going for a company with no much attention on environmental management due to lack of exposure or whatever, when you go there, you can implement this. And this group number 5 presentation is only part of that. So, well documented, also well presented. And thank you very much for the group on behalf of the class here. So, food and manufacturing, they are also supposed to present group number 5, not today. So they can learn from this and also they can think what areas they can contribute more for the presentation. Example like focusing more on explaining EMS and all. Yeah. And you can see that chemistry also has a very dominant part here. You can see that. So overall, this is a good presentation. And thank you very much. And to further understanding and further going into details of this still possible. And that can be another big module like. So we can satisfy with this. But one thing, Putana, instead of memorizing this, try to do some mind maps and try to have some diagrams and all and connect this knowledge and have something in handy, very handy. And when you go for interviews, you can compete in very classy manner. You can compete in the interviews in very classy manner, and this will be added strength for you. And especially when it comes to industrial management. So environmental management, cleaner production, industrial safety, and these aspects, occupational health and safety, these are a key area for you to take care. And these are key areas for you to guide the companies to look into new innovations, business directions, even new projects, new products and all. So you will be an asset to the company. So this one, truly try to learn this more and more, and that would be quite beneficial for you all. So I'm very sure this is a very good advantage for you. So what's the time now? Can you? Yes, it is almost 3 o'clock. So we have 30 minutes to go. So short of time for a presentation because I need a full presentation. So at least if the class, they have some questions, they can raise. And also one thing, others also can learn about, this is the first experience here in this class, very first experience presented by you, and presenting your own presentation and presenting your presentation by me. There are differences. So it is very important if you present this. So next week we will be expecting more presentations. Have no fear for the presentations. So this is a good experience, and even you can note down some extra notes if you want to explain. That is all right. And FPT Group 5 and Manufacturing Group 5 can look into this EMS, environmental management systems. You can mention a little detail for everyone to understand. So this very comprehensive, very good presentation done. Thank you, Putana. So for the class, open up for questions and comments. Yeah, please. Any questions you can ask. Any questions you can ask. Any question you can ask Putana. That is okay. So probably that's all from your side, maybe. This is not for the continuation, but today morning I had a session about innovations to 3 university college staff, and I'm happy to share with you that in this I have shared some of your innovation management write-ups. Okay, some of your write-ups, some of you students. So I'm showing this because you have a great strength, really. Okay, you have a great strength. So even I have been using this for some other presentations as well. So don't be undermined. You have a great strength, so you should move forward. This is about the chapter 11 I have discussed today. So that's why your presentations can be very classy. Okay, so don't worry about that. Try to make a very good impact for the class. And now what we are doing is, our plan is today one group 5 presentation we have done it. So next week we will be taking maybe exactly, I hope you can start 1:30. The balance 4, who at least 2, yeah, at least 2 to 3 presentations we will take. Likewise, in 2-3 weeks time, we are going to complete the presentation. Once complete, we are ready to wind up the sessions. Okay, we are ready to, yes. Okay, there is a comment that we have only about 9 sessions in, yeah, 9 sessions in both subjects, means we may have only 4 or 5 sessions. So actually, since we have done a lot, I think we will plan for the coming sessions, to wind up this within, as I mentioned to you, that's why in 3-4 sessions, we can wind this up, this subject, don't worry, in 3-4 sessions. So that is okay. That is okay. So someone mentioned that. So today presentation 5, Janaki, can you circulate this to the class?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, please circulate it to the class. And let me decide whether others we should circulate. So even I can circulate because I have received all. But today's session, please circulate to the class. Others also, I will try to circulate to the others. Okay? Yeah. So class means to food process, manufacturing, and of course among your IM batch. So presentation 5, please circulate and accordingly try to improve the food process and manufacturing presentation 5. And after that, somehow we will go for some quick sessions for presentation 5 of that. So tomorrow I'm expecting, not tomorrow, next week, I'm expecting, if possible, to complete all the 4 sessions of IM, hopefully. So by 1:30 we will start. Today we wasted time a bit at the beginning. So hopefully next Monday we will do it. And of course we missed the session last Monday. But anyway, 4 sessions, we will try to manage it. Since we have done almost, and there is no limit for this subject. But for the syllabus point of view and little more exposure, we already have. Okay. So don't worry about what you do not know, but happy about what you know. Yeah. Okay, happy about what you know, because this is a very deep, broader subject, and this is coming more and more. Even environmental side, there are now so many disciplines coming. So we should be satisfied with whatever we know. Don't worry about anything not knowing yet. Okay. About the exam. About the exam. Someone asked about the exam. But still difficult to say whether it's online or physically, but by right, unless there are facilities, we have to wait till the university is open. If not, even this time online should be okay. And this is a 4-credit module. And I will assure that I will make the paper for you to answer with your subject interest, with little more thoughts, and with lesser memory. Okay, with lesser memory. Yeah. The best example of a model paper for you is the just past B2 semester 6 environmental management and clean production question paper. Okay, it's a good model for that. Yeah, you can have a look on that as well. And as I promise, from these 5 presentations, there will be enough questions for you to score even 100 marks. So I will assure that. Yeah. So I will value your effort and time. Okay, Bhutana? So that's why we have to quickly have a very good comprehensive coverage on these presentations. Yeah. So have a read on these presentations, have some good understandings. Don't worry, I will not bringing you troubles in the exam, but you will answer it very nicely. I believe so. Okay. Any more questions, Vata? You can send in the text. Good. And to do presentations in this kind of subject is not easy. It's not easy. Eh? So anyway, presenting this in style is a good experience for you. So if you can understand it, and if you can present it in a better way, of course is better for you. It's a good experience. Also, whenever I take the opportunities for environmental management sides in industries, also I will let you know, and also I will try to explore the opportunities you wherever possible, because I can see many of you have talents to be in this field, even in industries and also in the other government agencies also. Okay, we will look into everything. So thank you very much. So that's all for today. So let me stop the class. Yeah. So next Monday, please, we will not waste time, and if possible, we will look for 3 hour session next Monday. If you have free time, but today I'm not ready for this because starting 9 o'clock till now, I just had only 1 hour break for this longer time. So let me stop the class now. So next Monday, we will try to complete IM presentations. And based on that, we will move on to the FPT and manufacturing. And we will have a common platform of knowledge before going for the exam. Okay. So today, Janaki Butta, please circulate this presentation to others.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So I'm going to stop the class now. Thank you very much for joining. Take care. And the opening of the universities, I have no idea when will this be open because Western province still closed. And I feel that because Corona, normally you have to evaluate in bi-weekly, 2 weeks at a time, you can review it. If we have Corona issues today, seriously, Colombo will not be open till 2 weeks for students. And after 2 weeks, till if this is persisting, another 2 weeks. Even tomorrow, if it is like this, starting tomorrow, 2 weeks will continue. Even after 3 days, still remains the same. Even after 3 days, 2 week cycle will go ahead. So that's how I can feel that I think for coming 1 month, technically it may be hard to open especially the universities and all. That's what I feel, but I don't know whether authorities will open the universities tomorrow. That one I don't know, but my gut feeling is that you may be at home for another minimum 2 to 3 weeks. But get ready for the exams. Don't expect any study leaves. So somehow get ready for the exams. So cover your subject areas very well and communicate with the students. Have a good understanding with them and have a good understanding on the papers and all. And go ahead, that's all. Okay. Take care, Bhutan. So let me stop the class. Bye then. Bye.